Hi, Alistair from the future here. My mic was muted the entire duration I was recording this video, so I will be instead dubbing over it after the fact. So if it seems a little weird, that's why. I'm so very sorry. Hello and welcome to Advanced Pizza Tower Modding. If you're here, I assume you're not just here for some sprite retexturing or anything like that, not some reskin mod. You're here because you want to change the game, change things up a little bit, add some spice to things. Well, you are in the right place. I'm gonna teach you all the stuff that other modding tutorials won't. So first of all, we want to start off by downloading Undertale Module with Early Community Edition. By the way, the stuff I used will be in the description. And then you want to open your data.win folder, which I'm not going to teach you, not folder, file, which I'm not going to teach you how to do. I'm not your parent, I'm your teacher. I'm not going to teach you how to ride a bike, I'm going to teach you 2 plus 2. Anyway, now that you've got your data.win open, we can go to rooms and just search up whatever level you want. I'm gonna choose John Gutter for this. It's known as entrance in the files. So anyway, here we are. And everything you see here is called instances. Well, not everything, but most of what you see are instances. Those purple things, those are the hitboxes for the ground and platforms and stuff, but they're also instances. Enemies, instances. Collectibles, instances. Even some of the background are instances, which you see me mess up. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, you can do a lot with instances. You can copy and paste them. You can move them around. You can do basically every major thing in the game is made using instances. So, you can change things however you want. You can, move around enemies, including pizza time enemies. You can, just gonna put a cheese slime right there. Also, by the way, for the grid snap I have, go to File and click Settings. It doesn't show up on the recording, but I set my grid to 1 by 1 because it's the most precise, but it's also easy to mess things up, so just be careful. But I'm gonna move the cheese slime to the ground and copy and paste some bricks and move it over there. Just experimenting a little. Make it look however you want. Do whatever you want. Anyway. Can change things however you like. Anyway, say you aren't content with just moving around enemies or moving around, boxes and stuff. Say you want to change how a room looks. Well, that's where the tile editor comes in. So you click the tiles you want to edit, and then you'll see tile data up in the top right corner. So make sure you have the correct tiles you want selected. For example, those aren't tiles, those are instances. Anyway, so click the tiles you want and edit tile data. Then, tile data should bring up a pop-up. And this pop-up has all the tiles and in the room and the tiles that you can use to create things. So it has pretty much everything of the tiles. So what you can do is you select whatever type of tile you want. By the way, use either middle mouse button or the scroll things at the bottom and side to move around, and start doing whatever you want. For example, I just removed that chunk there. I'm gonna fill it in with some platforms. So, just change things how you like. I'm going to speed this up and just show a time lapse of me creating this room and changing it to my liking. Right? Yeah. So now, here we see the completed version of my room, my customized room. But you wanna, the way it's laid out, the player will still collide with the old layout of the room, so you have to change that. So what you do is you grab and delete whatever parts you want to get rid of, and then you can extend the parts you want to keep. If if it's still in the same place, you just want to extend it. So there's the vertical size and horizontal size. So just fumble around with it until it fits the area you want it to fit. And if you add something new, you can copy and paste it. And make sure it all does what you want correctly. So I'm just gonna another time lapse of me correctly shaping the collisions. Alright. So now, players should collide with the new layout. So, quickly, I'm just going to move some things around, change collectibles, locations, anything you want, really. Anyway, so, do whatever you want. But now, say, you want to make your own custom room. Like, maybe there's one specific room that you really despise. So you want to completely replace it by making an entirely new room to replace it, to take its place. You don't want to just edit it. You want something entirely new. Well, this is more than possible. What you can do is you can right-click the rooms and click Add Room. And this will give you a room, this will create a new room. So name the room whatever you want. I'm just going to name it Secret Custom. So it's just gray. So what I'm going to do is set the size of the room to 50-50, the perfect square. You can set it to whatever you want, but I suggest setting it like somewhere within 100 by 100. You can do more if you want it to be like an especially tall or long room, but that's just my go-to range. Anyway, gonna go to layers, add a new tile layer and instance layer. We want to put the instances in front of the tiles so you can actually see what you're doing. But then I'm gonna, make the tile layer the same size as the room itself. Now that's that done. I'm gonna, edit tiles again. Actually, no. But before you can add tiles, you need a tile set. So what you want to do is you want to go to the room that has the tile set you want and look at the name of the tile set. And once you have that, you can search up the name of that tile set in, tile sets, and then drag it in. And now that's dragged in, you can edit tile set, and presto, there it is. There's tiles. So you can build whatever you want. So I'm just going to show another time lapse of what I built. So, now that you have the finished product, you gotta add collisions, of course. So it's basically just repeating what you did for when you edited a room, except doing it for custom rooms. So you basically have to do it from scratch, but it should be pretty easy considering you already know what to do. The more complex the room is, the more it might worry. The more complex the room is, the more difficult it might be. But so this is another time lapse of me doing this, and in this room, this is a very simple room. So it really only has solids. But if you're doing more complex rooms, you can go wild. You can add pretty much anything from the game. Like those breakable blocks, those are called secret tiles, and you can just copy and paste them into a room from another room. So you can make custom breakable areas and stuff like that. I just chose not to add those, mainly because I forgot, but also because, again, this is just demonstration. This is just to teach you the basics. Now that the collision properly is mapped over a custom room, you want to go ahead and add any other things you want. Again, so I'm just going to add collectibles. Lay them out. So once the collectibles are laid out, what I'm going to do, what I have to do is backgrounds. I kind of try to add a background, but I don't do it correctly, I think. But backgrounds are sprites, so if you want to add a background, it's the same for adding an. You gotta right-click layers, and you gotta add a background layer, and then you have to find the correct sprite and drag that in. Then try to copy the settings as much as possible from whatever room you're taking a background from. Now you got a background. You need a way of getting in the room. So, since I'm doing the secret room, and since my secret room is replacing another room, I just copy and paste the entry point and exit point of that room. However, this may not always work, and if you're making a room that's completely new and doesn't replace anything, you'll have to do a teeny bit of coding, but super simple. So, that's why it's minimal coding and not no coding. Because you do have to fidget with the code a bit, but it's okay. So after your room is set up, you gotta get a way to get into the room. So you go to the room where you want the room entrance to be. For example, I'm doing the first secret of John Gunner. So I find the secret eye. And by the way, this is the same process for doors too. So, grab the secret eye and go to its creation code, and you'll see target room equals insert room here. You want that to be your room, so you just replace the code. However, so if you're replacing a room with a new room, then it means you just replace the code. However, if you're making a completely new room that doesn't replace any room, you have to create new code. So all you have to do is click the X on the creation code and then click the 3 dots and create new script. And then write whatever you want. Write the target door equals. Also, for rooms that have multiple doors, as you can kind of see, they have letters assigned to them. Which, by the way, are instances and do not have any code. It's just if they're near a door, they automatically assign themselves to that door. Anyway, and some creation codes will have target door equals insert thing here. That's just so the game knows which door to send the player to. So if your custom room has multiple different entries and exits, then you'd have to do the same. Anyway, you do the... Anyway, that's how you do that. Now I'm gonna save and test it out. And so as you can see, the difference with the bricks is noticeable at the start, as well as different enemy placements. Then I kind of messed up. I don't know what I did, but I definitely messed up the secret door. I think the issue is that I didn't give it the right letter, as I was talking to before, because I didn't give it any letter. But as long as you get the right letter for the right door, it should be fine. Right. So I'm just going to repeat this. And as you can see, this room is the way we changed it. It looks nice and neat. So, yeah. That's basically how you change and create rooms and enemies in Pizza Tower. Next episode, we'll probably delve into the more advanced aspects, and so next episode we'll probably delve into the more advanced aspects, as well as changing parts of the moveset and such. But as long as I actually remember to unmute my mic in OBS, should be good.